Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry for being late, actually. Uh, actually, yes, I'll stick to 5 minutes, which we have already agreed. Uh, I am expected to talk about the technology for safe patient care in healthcare institutions. We started actually national initiative for patient safety. Uh, we have already covered about 61 medical colleges and hospitals in the country, where our aim is to sensitize the healthcare providers, including a team of 6 people from each medical college and hospital, on 4 important areas which are implementable, though there are 11 goals by the World Health Organization. But we are focusing on surgical safety, patient communication and handovers, hand hygiene and infection control, and the medication management. I think these are 3 areas why we have picked up that this is easy to implement than actually the 11 goals which has been identified by WHO. No, patient safety is importance and role actually. I hope everybody agrees that in 1 million people they are injured by medical errors annually, and 90,000 deaths from medical errors. 3 times more deaths than the accidents. Only 2 to 3% hospital errors reported through hospital incident reporting system. There are a lot of things are happening. There are so many incidents which takes place, but unfortunately there is no reporting system, or even if some data is available, we don't share the data. And 1 in 10 patients admitted to hospital will experience some form of unintended harm. And you can understand the global problem. No country has solved this. Now, as far as when we talk about the patient safety, we want that there should not be wrong with the patient, or maybe when we select the patient for medication or any intervention, it should not be a wrong site. There should not be a wrong diagnosis. There should not be a wrong medication. And what are the medication we are giving, that should be in an appropriate dosage. Now, technology and medication management. Technology used in medication processes like computerized prescriber order entry with the computerized clinical decision support systems. Actually, I am looking for some person who has already worked in these areas. We want to include this in our patient safety so that all those participants are sensitized on this. But trying to get the people, I am not able to get it actually. Maybe the technology will be available, but we are not able to share, we are not able to implement that, we are not able to bring them on one platform. Now, another is that barcoding and radio frequency identification systems have been found to reduce errors at the time of drug administration. I have done a study about the medical records in our country as a WHO project, and I can say from this platform that there are only 1 or 2 medical institutions in the country which have implemented electronic medical records. Though they keep on talking that our hospital is computerized, everything is online, but I have seen only 1 or 2 institutions which are really online in our country. Now, technology and medication management. So another area which we can think of is the barcoding, the barcode medication administrations. A nurse has to swipe a barcode reader on the medication, the patient's wristband, and our own badge to confirm a 3-way match before a medication can be administered. But still, in our study, we have not found any institution who are really implementing this thing. Now, as far as RFID system is concerned, the medication package has an implanted chip that transmits a signal, allowing for passive identification rather than requiring a scan. Now, IT and patient safety. The health information system, the patient record, to examine the workflow processes and the procedures for risk and inefficiencies, and resolve these with IT implementation. Uh, and we have to develop a graduate system of safety alerts in the new technology that assists the clinicians. AIMS went for computerization way back in 1988. We spent about 8 crore rupees at that time, and we failed very badly. And after that, it is coming very difficult for us to come out or go for the computerization. And maybe that at that time it may be too early, or our people were not sensitized, or they were not part of the system when it was involved in taking a decision. And another thing which I felt that when we go for computerization or this online records or any IT solutions, this should be ownership by the vendor also. This ownership should not be for 1 year, 5 years. It should be a long process, maybe for 10 years. We have done this type of thing in the this equipment purchase where we have having this AMC for coming 10 years. So 10 years we are mentally free, so with no comorbidities in the down state for coming 10 years. This type of ownership needs to be done when we go for the computerization in the hospitals. Now, technology and surgical safety. The surgical safety checklist is recommended for achieving the goal of correct patient, the correct site and correct procedures. However, they are still subject to human alertness and accuracy. We have done a study in AIMS, in our own operation theaters, but still long way to go. Technology can bring in command codes and simulation to ensure the correctness of the procedure much before the actual surgery starts and can also monitor the intraoperative processes. Now, anesthetist gas alarm systems improves anesthesia safety, which is also a vital component of surgical safety checklist. Now, when we talk about technology and hand hygiene, technology brings in hope of hand hygiene sensors and laser particle counters, which could be installed at the entrances of the critical areas, thus helping a healthcare worker know whether he or she is safe to enter and deliver the care. And this is the area which is mostly neglected actually. And similar detectors could be helpful in letting caregivers know if the patient is crossing the physical limits of the stretchers, the beds, the trolleys, and can greatly reduce the patient falls. And we have started this study. We have studied the 4th study in our institute. One is on medication management, then the patient falls, the communication, and surgical side. I hope within a 3 months' time we should be able to know where we stand. Now, technology in health facilities design, another important area. So many standards are available, so many the solutions are there, but still when we want to go, okay, what are the spaces are required, what are the room allocation and other things which can be done by using the IT, but this is the area which needs to be exploited and used in a bigger way. So technology has played an increasing role in improving the building designs. Now, analysis of more than 400 research studies have shown that a direct link between the quality of care, the patient health, and the way a hospital is designed. There is a correlationship among all these things. Now, technology as standardization tool for design of healthcare facilities, there is need to reduce the unnecessary variability in the structure and processes. Now, we need to, every forum is sitting over here, we need to discuss how we want to bring a change. So patient safety, which is thought to be a change in the work culture, might as well be a pathway to harness technology to bring direct and quantitative good to the patient community. Thank you so much.